what is the fun part of, say, studying in a foreign university, especially in Canada? What you cannot get in
PhD is not fun. PhD is very hard. First of all, okay, it's very
India? I
hard.
can feel the pain with which you are uttering these words. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're struggling with deadlines all the time, but if you were to talk about something fun, I mean, the air is clean. You have a wide variety of fruits. The supermarkets are always well stocked. Everything is under the same roof. So life is very organized there. Banks are very cooperative. They're very well organized as well. There was an instance where my roommate was, she forgot her wallet in her car and it was parked right outside her house. And she has a Jeep, so it has a canvas, right? You can roll up the canvas and you can get into the car.
Mhm.
So somebody stole her wallet,
Oh God.
some homeless person, and he used her credit card in variety stores next to the gas stations, and he kept on using till the card bounced. So he spent $2,000.
Oh God.
Yeah,
More than a month's income.
yeah,
Mhm.
$2,000, and the bank called her in the morning and they said that, have you spent $2,000? And she said, no, I haven't. And then she went to look for her wallet and she didn't find it. So she filed a couple of complaints and stuff, and within a month she got her 2,000 back. You wouldn't do that. I mean, nothing of that sort will happen in India. You'd get maybe, I don't know.
How on earth can somebody get the money back it has been spent?
So I don't think the guy was ever caught because he used it in person. He used the card in person and then he threw it away, right? But the bank, basically, the credit card people had to sort of pay her back because she wasn't the one who used the money. It's not her fault that her money got spent. Somebody stole it. You don't have
Those
that kind
kind
of,
of laws are there in Canada that they support their
yeah,
customers so well.
yeah, you don't have that in India. So I guess in that
No,
sense,
even if we get an insurance, the insurance company is not paying us the amount for which we have got the insurance.
yeah. So
And, and that too, after a lot of us, still there will be deductions and this and that, even if you are getting your money for
you
some.
don't get your money. I mean, as far as I've heard, you don't get your money.
Yeah, you cannot get your money, but suppose if I bank my car somewhere and I wanted to go for the repair, even after that also, and it is fully insured, still it is going to have lots and lots of cuts, and that too after a lot and lot of fuss. So that makes no sense. So it's like that. We do not stay in such beautiful countries. That's the truth.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
apart from banks, I guess I would say you have a lot of hiking trails. It's very pleasant to exercise abroad because you don't feel tired. You don't have a very muggy weather. The temperature is always good, except during the winters when
It's
it's
damn harsh.
yeah. So that's a really good thing, and I like the fact that you don't have to clean your house every day because dust doesn't settle every
Dust is
day.
not good. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can clean your house for maybe twice a week and you're good to go.
That's from your own standards. So if I
Yeah.
will stay somewhere in Canada, I will clean it in say in 3 months, I guess.
No, please don't do that. Dust does settle. You don't need house help.
Hmm.
And house help is very expensive there.
Yeah,
Once,
that I know. That I know.
yeah, so
So you
that's a
people cook your own food. You people, take care of yourself, or you people get food from outside.
no, if you want to buy food from outside, you'll go bankrupt because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Even the cheapest McDonald's will cost you somewhere around $12 or something, 12 to $14.
Yeah.
So if you go there in person, it'll be under $10. If you basically ask them to deliver, it's definitely going to be above $10. So $10 is a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's better if you cook yourself. So
Hmm.
we've always cooked by ourselves, and I think that's really good because you start adulting in real life you don't depend on other people to take care of you. So
Yeah, that is
you
true.
have a sort of independence which you wouldn't have in India, because you have to have a person to help you out at home, because everything gets dirty so quickly here on a daily basis.
Yeah, that I understand. Okay, how say foreign universities are right now managing the online kind of thing? Because like we have these classes online, the examinations are online. How about universities in Canada?
Yeah, it's the same. Everything is online. So we have Zoom classes.
Mhm.
We are in different forum-like websites. I think there's one called Piazza. So we're on
Mhm.
Piazza, and then we also have our own. Western has its own servers as well. So we have the
Mhm.
system called OWL, OWL.
Mhm.
So that's where most students submit their assignments, and then I download them on my laptop, and then I correct and submit it again. Um, and that's basically how we've been managing so
And we
far.
face a lot of problems with plagiarism because our guys copy things from Wikipedia and wherever you just open the site and you can find these stuff and so on.
So
How?
we manage that through Turnitin. So
Mhm.
Turnitin is something that they have to. We have a certain button right next to the submission button. So you have to first run your assignment through Turnitin. It'll tell you how much of it is so-called plagiarized. Anything under 30% works. Anything above 30% is not acceptable. So we go through that, and when I download things, I always look at how much percentage is shown through Turnitin.
Mhm.
And then, if it's above 30, I don't check, I send it back and I say, I need a new assignment. This will not cut
But
it.
that is about assignments. How about the end semester examinations?
End semester examinations, basically, in at least humanities, have been take-home assignments. You write at home and you do a Turnitin and submit it, because there's no way you can proctor things over the internet. A
Okay.
person can always have another device through which they're copying things or getting information.
Mhm.
So you cannot have that kind of dystopian Jeremy Bentham like panopticon situation. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. But it is a very difficult time through which we are passing right now, and I guess both teachers as well as students are facing the problem in some way or the other. At one place there is no learning, at another place there is no way in which you can distinguish between students or at least.
I mean, it will require structural changes. I feel that writing a written exam in 3 to 4 hours is not the best way of judging someone's caliber. I think home
Mhm.
assignments are much better in that sense, because at
Mhm.
least it allows the person enough time to be creative if that person is at least a little interested in the subject. Secondly, I feel vivas are also pretty important,
Yeah.
because in a viva you can't really cheat. Somebody's looking at you and you're speaking, and you
Yeah.
have to look at the camera while you're speaking. So I think a combination of home assignments and vivas would be the best way to deal with this kind of a situation. It also means that you have to take vivas of, I don't know, 200 students, maybe, I don't know.
Mm.
So people have to make those sacrifices. I don't know whether professors are willing to do that here in India.
Mhm.
um,
And moreover, with the kind of workforce, because like I'm taking a course where there are more than 100 students, and there are three courses like that. So you can see that around I'm teaching in this semester at this point of time more than 250 to 60 students, because in one,
yeah.
I think both the course there are two courses where there are 100 students. Some were close to 100. One is 97 and another one is 101. And there is another course in which there are 64 or 65 students. So you can understand the amount of students who are there.
Yeah.
So taking Viva and that too, even for 5 minutes, will
Well, one has to
cost.
do it, right? If you really want to make sure that the student knows what they're talking about, what they're writing, it's very important to be able to see that. And I think a
Mhm.
Viva is the only way of sorting that out, coupled with a take-home assignment. Because a
Mhm.
take-home assignment can be plagiarized to a certain extent, right?
Yeah, true.
So it has to be supplemented with a Viva. So, like I said, it depends on the professor whether they want to go through it or not. It
Hmm.
doesn't necessarily mean that the students don't have any kind of, they don't have any kind of responsibilities. They will be responsible because they have to appear for an exam and they have to do well in it. So the labor is somewhat divided in that sense as well. It's not as if they're
Hmm.
just going to be enjoying.
Yeah, that I understand. Okay, so in Canada, like suppose if you are taking a 2 years coursework and the comprehensive examinations and all these things. So after
2 year
that, how
course?
courseworks and comprehensive examinations and all, right?
Hmm.
This is the pattern which you were telling me.
Yeah.
So after that, how much time do they give you to work on your thesis, write and complete it, and then submit?
Funding is just for 2 years, but your PhD can go on for 10, 11 years as well. It depends on how quickly you can finish or how much time you want to take.
So then, what are the funding opportunities? Like suppose somebody wants.
It's basically if you get admission in a Canadian university, you automatically are qualified to get funding.
Mhm.
It's very tricky because people say that you are on a scholarship, but technically all they do is they basically waive off your fees.
Okay.
And the scholarship money basically is the fees plus the money that you are getting as a TA. So if my package is say 24,000 or 28,000 per annum,
Mhm.
6,000 of it is going to 6 to 8,000 of it is going to be my annual fees.
Okay.
The rest of it is going to be my teaching assistantship scholarship, which is
Mhm.
not really a scholarship. It's my stipend. I'm earning it. So
Mhm.
once I run out of my funding, and my funding is for 4 years, once I run out of my funding, they're not going to stop. I mean, they're going to stop waiving my fees. So I have to pay
Okay.
my fees, and I have to also pay for my maintenance. And I'm not
Mhm.
qualified for teaching assistantships because I've served 4 terms, and it's time for those newcomers to basically take up the
Okay.
4 years. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
people have to be
So,
very careful that way. And usually in North America, a PhD takes around 5.5 years to finish. That's the average.
so that means that you have to be ready for that 1.5 years and
I
2
mean,
years.
people should try to finish it, but it doesn't happen because how are you supposed to write
Yeah,
a
I can
thesis
hear
in
you.
2 years? I mean, in places like Europe, you're taking 3 to 4 years to finish your
Mhm.
dissertation without your comprehensive and coursework. So it's very difficult, but there are, I think, a couple people who have been able to do that.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Very less.
Very less, one or two. I think I remember there was just one student in 10 years who was able to do this in our department. So